Iron coast, the wolves still roar.
Far beyond the blackened shore, where the northern oceans roar, there's a place the old men fear, where the wolves still gather near. Snow like ash upon the stone, every man survives alone, and the cold cuts through the bone like a god upon a throne.
We are the wolves of the Iron Coast, ghosts among the winter ghosts. Through the dark we hunt as one until the rising of the sun. No king rules these frozen lands, only blood and hardened hands. And every scar we carry home turns our hearts as cold as stone. The long night taught us how to fight by fire glow and moonlit ice. Brothers lost beneath the snow, names the storm no longer knows.
Still we march through endless white, torches burning through the night, with axes raised against the sky. We live prepared to die. Hear the northern mountains cry, hear the ancient spirits rise, and if the sea becomes our grave, we die as wolves and not as slaves.
We are the wolves of the Iron Coast, ghosts among the winter ghosts. Through the dark we hunt as one until the rising of the sun. And when the last fire finally fades, still our legend will remain. In the snow and in the storm, the wolves will always carry on. Iron cobras,
The wolves remain. I walk down to the water's edge before the morning light, and watch the mist rise off the river in the gray. Your longship carved a silver line across the fading night, and carried everything I love so far away. The children slept behind me in the warmth of hearth fire glow, too young to understand the weight of going. Pressed my hand against the cold and felt the current flow, and whispered every prayer worth the knowing. Take him safely, northern water, guide him through the dark. Let the stars above him gather light to mark his path. Where the river meets the sea, I will bring my heart to thee. Where the current finds the deep, I will stand and I will keep every promise that we made, every word before you sailed. Where the river meets the sea, bring him home to me. The runes I carved into the oak tree by the shore still hold the names of everything we built. The seasons turned and turned again, and I have kept the door unlatched for you, untouched by time or guilt. The village women speak in quiet voices when I pass. They carry kindness wrapped inside their worry. I smile and tell them that the sea holds nothing built to last, and that a man like you was never in a hurry. Take him safely, northern water, guide him through the dark. Let the stars above him gather light to mark his path. Where the river meets the sea, I will bring my heart to thee. Where the current finds the deep, I will stand and I will keep every promise that we made, every word before you sailed. Where the river meets the sea, bring him home to me. I do not call it waiting anymore. I call it keeping faith with what I know, that somewhere past the place where sea meets sky and sky meets shore, you are carried by the same wind I let go. Where the river meets the sea, I will bring my heart to thee. Where the current finds the deep, I will stand and I will keep every promise that we made, every word before you sailed. Where the river meets the sea, bring him home to me. Bring him home. as the tide before a storm. It laid a ring on the frozen shore, a silver thing I had seen before. I knew those hands that had worn it last. I knew that voice from the distant past. He sailed away when the ice was thin, and the raven brought his token in. What the raven brought to shore, I hold it close and weep no more. What the sea refused to keep, I carry now in restless sleep. What the raven brought to shore, love the cold water, swore to store in the deep where no light falls. His memory still calls. Of a sunken ship, of a northern wind, and a broken trip of 7 men who went below and left their names in the undertow. But I had seen what the bird had seen. I had walked where the water had been, and I knelt where the sea meets the grey stone land, with a silver ring in my open hand. What the raven brought to shore, I hold it close and weep no more. What the sea refused to keep, I carry now in restless sleep. What the raven brought to shore, below the cold water, swore to store in the deep where no light falls. His memory still calls. Flyg nu, svarte fågel. Fly now, blackbird. Bär hans namn till vinterhimlen. Carry his name to the winter sky. Jag ska vänta vid det grå havet. I will wait beside the grey sea, tills den sista stjärna slocknar. What the raven brought to shore, I hold it close, I ask no more. What the sea refused to keep, I lay beside me when I sleep. What the raven brought to shore, I love the cold water, swore to store in the deep where no light falls. His memory still calls. His memory still calls. His memory still calls. Flyg nu, fly now, fly now. Flyg nu, fly now, fly now.
trail. Steel grew cold where the brave men failed. Ravens cried through the bitter sky, and the old world faded as I died. My brothers sleep beneath the stone, their names now carried by the storm. Far beyond the northern tide, a lantern burned through endless night. Through shadow waters deep and wide, the silent boat began to rise. Ferryman, carry me home through the ice where lost souls roam. Hear the horns beyond the sea, old gods waiting there for me. Ferryman, don't leave me below, beneath the black and frozen flow. Guide my spirit through the storm to Valhalla's golden shores. Black waves rolled beneath the frost, kings and warriors long since lost. Mountain shadows crossed the flame, and the dead still whispered out my name. His hood concealed an ancient face, eyes like embers cold as graves. No word was spoken through the wind, still I knew where we had been. The lantern swayed like fading stars. Beyond the world of dying heart, ferryman, carry me home through the ice where lost souls roam. Hear the horns beyond the sea, old gods waiting there for me. Ferryman, don't leave me below, beneath the black and frozen flow. Guide my spirit through the storm to Valhalla's golden shores. Fire burns beyond the veil. Hear the ancient spirits wail. The river calls, the ravens cry. Tonight the fallen warriors rise. Ferryman, carry me home past the halls of shattered thrones, through the snow and endless night. Lead me toward eternal light. Ferryman, now I see my fallen brothers wait for me. Hear the horns forever sound as the northern sky burns down. Cold river, black river, carry the fallen home.
Longship waits at the water's edge, where the gray sea meets the sky. The torches burn along the shore as the last of daylight dies. We wrapped him in his battle cloak, we laid his sword beside, and the women sang the old words as the tide began to rise.
He was not born a mighty man, he was not born a king, but he stood when others faltered, and he bled for everything. He asked for nothing when he fell, just the honor of the blade. And the gods looked down from Asgard and remembered what he made.
Valhalla calls across the water, through the mist and through the gray. The Valkyries ride the storm wind to carry brave souls away, where the mead horns never empty and the fallen feast is won, where the warrior finds his rest at last beneath the endless sun. His mother stood without a tear, she had known this all along, that the sons of Norse blood carry both the blessing and the song, that the greatest gift a man can give is the courage of his end, and the All-Father counts the worthy before the long night descends.
They say the bridge of Bifrost burns with color before the dawn, when another soul is crossing from the world where we were born. And if you listen on the cold nights when the northern lights appear, you can hear the hall of warriors in the music of the sphere.
Valhalla calls across the water, through the mist and through the gray. The Valkyries ride the storm wind to carry brave souls away, where the mead horns never empty and the fallen feast is won, where the warrior finds his rest at last beneath the elm. He is not gone, he is not lost, he is seated at the table of the worthy and the brave. He is not gone, he is only further than our voices, but closer than the grave. So raise the horn and speak his name, let the old words fill the air, let the smoke rise up to carry him through the cold beyond compare.
We will meet again at Odin's table when our own time comes to pass, and the hall of Valhalla echoes with the names of those who laugh.
Valhalla calls across the water, through the mist and through the gray. The Valkyries ride the storm wind to carry brave souls away, where the mead horns never empty and the fallen feast is won, where the warrior finds his rest at last beneath the endless sun. beneath my hands. The ravens circle the ravens land. My shield is broken, my sword is gone, but something's pulling me along. The mist is rising from the field, a voice like thunder, slow revealed. You fought with honor, you held the line. Now rest your body, the glory's mine. Carry me up through the clouds and the flame, where the warriors feast, and remember my name. Through the gates of the slain, past the edge of the world, on the wings of the Valkyrie, banners unfurled. I am not dying, I am going home to the hall of the old father. I ride alone through the gates of the slain. I see her now through the blood and the haze, a warrior maiden, an ancient gaze. Her armor silver, her eyes like frost. She says, you are found, you are never lost. She takes my hand with a gentle grip, a sword at her side, fire on her lips. The earth falls away and the sky breaks wide, and I am lifted on the morning tide. Carry me up through the clouds and the flame, where the warriors feast, and remember my name. Through the gates of the slain, past the edge of the world, on the wings of the Valkyrie, banners unfurled. I am not dying, I am going home to the hall of the old father. I ride alone through the gates of the slain. I hear the horns, I see the light, 1,000 fires burning bright. The All-Father rises from his throne and calls me brother, calls me home. Every battle, every scar, every night beneath the stars was just the road that led me here, to where the brave have no more fear. Carry me up through the clouds and the flame, where the warriors feast, and remember my name. Through the gates of the slain, past the edge of the world, on the wings of the Valkyrie, walked through endless wars, beneath black skies and dying stars, axes stained with frozen blood, kings now buried under mud. The ravens know my cursed name. I was forged in grief and flame. Every battle should have been my last, yet still I rise from ash.
I see the sorrow in your soul, beneath the fury and the cold.
Fire and frost, blood and light,
Two broken souls beneath the sky.
let me fade beneath the snow. Let the cold winds take me home.
I will guide you through the stars, even when the night is dark.
I hear Valhalla calling me through the storm across the sea. I am tired of endless pain, of frozen fields and pouring rain.
Every wound I heal for you turns the heavens dark and blue. Still I cross the northern storm to keep your weary spirit warm.
Fire and frost, blood and light,
Bound together through the night.
why do you still stand beside a dying wolf who longs to die?
Because beneath your battle scars, there still burns a fallen star.
Steel and snow, stars and flame,
Two lost souls who speak no name.
if I fall beneath the storm, remember who I was before.
And I will carry all your scars
Beyond the dying northern star. Fire and frost, blood and light,
Two broken souls beneath the sky.
father forged this iron blade beneath black smoke and pouring rain. Runes were carved into the steel for every wound a man could feel.
It crossed black seas through northern storms, beside the dead and battle horns. Now ash and frost cling to the hilt, heavy with ghosts and ancient guilt. And every scar upon this sword still whispers all the dead it mourns. My father's sword was forged in flame. Across the north it carved my name. Through blood and war it earned its fame, and still the steel remains the same. Cold iron born through fire and snow, it drank the blood of every foe. Through endless storms its edge would glow. The sword and I still wander slow. I carried it through burning towns, through wolf-filled woods and hanging grounds. Men would pray when they saw the shine of that cursed northern blade of mine. The taverns fell completely still. Whenever I walk down the hill, one hand resting near the blade, one eye buried deep in shade. The north wind knows the price I paid for every life the steel has claimed. My father's sword was forged in flame. Across the north it carved my name. Through blood and war it earned its fame, and still the steel remains the same. Cold iron born through fire and snow, it drank the blood of every foe. Through endless storms its edge would glow. The sword and I still wander slow. Iron remembers, fire remembers, north wind remembers your name. Frozen night and endless pain. Though kingdoms died and oceans changed, the old steel still remains. When death arrives beneath the snow, lay this sword beside my bones. So when I walk the halls below, no warrior walks alone. The fire burned low by the old pine tree. Snow swallowed every memory, but somewhere in the frozen storm, that ancient blade still carries on.
I stood among the grey stones where the cold light starts to fade. The birch trees hold no memory, the fjord forgets your face. But I have kept your silence like a wound that won't erase. And the wind still calls through the valley like it knows what I have lost. I have walked these hills since autumn, and I cannot count the cost of a love that burned like embers on a shore too wide to cross. And the wind still calls through the valley for the one who never comes. I wore your ring till winter, till my fingers went to bone. The ravens watched me waiting at the threshold of our home. The mountains never answered when I called out to the sky. Some things are swallowed wholly by the dark between the tides. Too wide to cross, and the wind still calls through the valley for the one who never comes. I have pressed your name into the soil where the first snowdrops grow. I have sung it to the water, I have let the cold wind know that wherever you are sailing past the edge of what I see, there is still a light at nightfall, still a shore, still me. I stood where the gray water meets the gray sky. The morning you sailed and I did not cry. I thought you'd return with the turn of the tide, but the sea keeps its silence and I keep my pride. Your coat still hangs by the old wooden door. Your boots leave no footprints across the stone floor. The fire burns low on the cold winter grate, and I am still learning the language of late. Oh, where do the lost ones go when the water takes them? Do they sail past the stars to a shore without pain? And do they remember the ones that they left behind them? Do they hear our names in the wind and the rain? I would cross every ocean, climb every cold mountain if I thought for a moment you'd call out my name. But the shore still remembers, and I am the same. I found your last letter beneath the dry stone. The words were so gentle, I read them alone. You said the horizon was calling you home, but home was behind you, and I was alone. The children ask where you have gone with the ships. I press all your memory against my lips. I tell them you sail in the wide northern sea, but children know more than we wish them to see. Oh, where do the lost ones go when the water takes them? Do they sail past the stars to a shore without pain? And do they remember the ones that they left behind them? Do they hear our names in the wind and the rain? I would cross every ocean, climb every cold mountain if I thought for a moment you'd call out my name. But the shore still remembers, and I am the same. I have worn of the path to the edge of the cliff, where the last light goes thin and the cold wind is stiff. I have called out your name to the open dark sea, and the only voice answering back was just me. But I swear on the gods of the old frozen ground that wherever you are, there is still something bound between your wandering soul and this body of mine, like a rope through the dark and the salt and the brine. So I'll keep your coat hanging beside the front door, and I'll keep your boots waiting across the stone floor. And when the tide changes and brings something home, I'll be standing right here. I was never alone. Takes them. Do they sail past the stars to a shore without pain? And do they remember the ones that they left behind them? Do they hear our names in the wind and the rain? I would cross every ocean, climb every cold mountain if I thought for a moment you'd call out my name. But the shore still remembers. The shore still remembers, and I'll always be the same.
The wind came black from the northern line. Snow on the harbor, no warning sign. My brother laughed as he pulled the rope, said the sea was cruel, but a man needs hope. The gulls flew low over broken foam. Mother stood silent outside our home, and the old man stared at the change in time, like they already knew who would not survive. The sea took my brother down beneath the storm. Cold waves pulled him under, far away from shore. Now I hear his voice in the blackened rain. The sea took my brother and never gave him back again. 3 nights passed with the lanterns dim. No ship returned, no sight of him. Only wrecked wood on frozen sand, and a silver ring inside my hand. Father stopped speaking after that day, just sat by the fire and stared away, while Mother prayed to a silent sky and cursed the sea for letting him die. The sea took my brother down beneath the storm. Cold waves pulled him under, far away from shore. Now I hear his voice in the blackened rain. The sea took my brother and never gave him back again. Winter carried his name through the fjords. Ravens watched from the cliffs above, and every sailor who leaves this shore still whispers prayers for the ones before. The sea took my brother beneath the iron waves. No cross above him, no peaceful grave, only endless darkness where the cold tides crash. The sea took my brother and never brought him back.
I left before the frost had broken, left before my mother woke, took my father's blade and nothing else but everything he spoke. The road was long and dark and hungry. The road did not care what I knew, but every step I walked in darkness taught me fought with iron, some are fought with time, some are fought in silence, in the dark behind your eyes. I have fought them all, and standing here at last upon this shore, I do not mourn the girl I buried on the road to what I'm for. I am not the girl who left here, I am older than that name. I am every road I've traveled, I am scar and I am flame. I have held the world like water, watched it run between my hands. I am not the girl who left here, now at last I understand. The road is long, the road is cold, the road will take what you can hold, but what it cannot take from you is what the road itself has made. Go and trust what you become along the way.
The fire burns low tonight, and even the gods weep in silence. Snow falls over broken shields, ashes drift across the sea. Ravens circle frozen fields, searching for what used to be. Old men whisper ancient names by the dying northern flame. Every home feels empty now, nothing will ever be the same. And the mountains cry beneath black skies, the stars grow dim tonight. The gods mourn tonight under cold northern light. Valhalla echoes with sorrow and flame. The old world dies in the rain. The gods mourn tonight while wolves howl at the sky. And somewhere beyond the storm, our fallen brothers still rise. Against the cliffs like thunder from forgotten kings. Every wave carries memories of fathers lost to winter winds. I still hear my mother's song through forests buried deep in snow, and every step toward tomorrow feels colder than the world below.
and the forests cry beneath black skies. The stars grow dim tonight. The gods mourn tonight under cold northern light. Valhalla echoes with sorrow and flame. The old world dies in the rain. The gods mourn tonight while wolves howl at the sky. And somewhere beyond the storm, our fallen brothers still ride. Raise the fire high. Oh, do not let memory die. Even gods can break, even gods can bleed, but the North remembers everything we leave. The gods mourn tonight as darkness swallows the sky. The long ships vanish in snow and mist, while ravens sing goodbye. The gods mourn tonight, but still we stand and fight for the blood, for the North, for the final northern night. Oh, the gods mourn tonight. The gods mourn tonight.
Before the world had learned its name, before the stars were set to flame, he hung upon the wind-scarred tree, 9 days bleeding to be free. No hand reached out, no voice would call. He gave himself to give us all. The runes rose up from darkness deep, a price no lesser God would keep. And the ravens watched in silence, and the wolves stood still as stone, as the Old Father broke the darkness and claimed the fire for his own. All hail the Old Father's crown, the wisdom bought with blood and bone. He carried every world upon his shoulders, so we would never walk alone. From Yggdrasil to the Golden Hall, his name is carved in every stone. All hail the Old Father's crown, the King of Kings upon his throne. One eye given for the sight to see beyond the edge of night. He walks the 9 worlds in disguise, a wanderer behind the wise. He knows the name of every war, the fallen kings, the ancient lore. He drinks from Mimir's well of old and pays in silence, not in gold. And the ravens spread their black wings, and the wolves began as the All-Father raised the hammer of everything beneath the sun. All hail the All-Father's crown, the wisdom bought with blood and bone. He carried every world upon his shoulders, so we would never walk alone. From Yggdrasil to the golden hall, his name is carved in every stone. All hail the All-Father's crown, the King of Kings upon his throne. He is the storm that clears the sky. He is the reason warriors die, with honor not in fear or shame, but marching proud toward his name. Ragnarok will come in time, but even then his light will shine. For what he gave upon that tree was not for him, it was for we. All hail the All-Father's crown, the wisdom bought with blood and bone. He carried every world upon his shoulders, so we would never walk alone. From Yggdrasil to the golden hall, his name is carved in every stone. All hail the All-Father's crown, the King of Kings, the Lord of all. The wanderer who would not fall. All hail the All-Father's The North remembers, even when we are gone. Snow falls softly on the sea, broken shields beneath the tide. Every raven flying free carries names of those who died. The fire fades inside the hall, old songs echo through the night. I still hear my brother's call, somewhere far beyond the light. And the cold keeps whispering, nothing lasts forever. These are the tears of the North, frozen hearts beneath the storm. We gave our blood to ancient gods, now we wander, lost and worn. These are the tears of the North, falling like the winter rain. Even warriors break apart, even legends feel the pain. Ships vanish into mist, northern stars begin to fade. Every oath we swore in youth now feels buried in the waves. I still carry father's blade, though my hands have grown so weak. And every step through endless snow feels like sorrow, learning to speak. Raise the fire one last time.
alongside the gods themselves. Still we die alone. These are the tears of the North. Hear the ravens cry tonight. And somewhere deep in Valhalla, the fallen wait beside the light. The North remembers, even when we are gone.
Gray on the water, ash on the prow, names in the timber, I whisper them now. Salt in my braids, blood in the foam, everyone taken, I carry them home. I am the storm and the sorrow, I am the last of the line, broken in body, unbroken in barrow you fall. I rise, you fall.
Under black and silver skies, with salt on skin and ice in veins, we learned to laugh through storm and pain. The sea became our only road, long ships carved through waters cold, and every son who crossed that foam knew the tide might not bring him home. We are the sons of the frozen tide, raised by storms and northern skies. If we fall into the sea tonight, let the ravens guide our flight. Through the snow and through the rain, we return to war again. And when the final fire dies, we sail to halls beyond the skies. I still hear my father sing by the fire in early spring, songs of gods and battles lost, and brothers buried in the frost. The mountains watched us leave as boys, hungry hearts and iron noise. But every raid and every scar only showed us who we are. Mother, wait beside the shore. I may not return once more, but if the north wind calls my name, know I died without my shame. We are the sons of the frozen tide, raised by storms and northern skies. If we fall into the sea tonight, let the ravens guide our flight. And when the oceans swallow light, we will sing into the night. For the old gods still survive inside the hearts of those alive.
I was born where the storms remember each name that the waves ever stole. Salt in my hair, iron in my cradle, snow on my tongue when I learned how to sing. I am the heart of the northern sea, bruised and beaten, but it carries me. Take what you will, but you'll not take me. I am the heart, I am the heart of the northern sea. I have watched all the long ships grow old in the harbor and sink out of sight. Wove my dead into linen, laid them in, then the heather spoke every promise I meant to the wind. I am the heart of the northern sea, bruised and beaten, but it carries me. Take what you will, but you'll not take me. I am the heart, I am the heart of the northern sea. If I break, I will break like a if it sets you free. I am the heart, I am the heart of the northern sea. Come find me when the gulls fall silent, when the oars lie still and the fires burn low. Follow the hum that you feel in your chest. It is mine, it is mine. It is all that we owe.
I walked the road before the frost came down, before the ravens learned my name, before the fire in the village turned to ash and the sea forgot from where I came. My father's hands were weathered oak and iron, my mother's voice was winter light, and everything I carried when I left them was the memory of one last night. The stars above the mountain do not move. They watch the same as they have always watched. And I have walked beneath them long enough to know that some things cannot be unlost. Come home, the wind is saying, come home before the dark. Come home, the fire is fading. Come home to where you are. The mountain will be standing when all the roads are gone. Come home, come home, come home before the night grows long. I fought beside the men who never faltered. We held the line until the morning came. But morning has a way of asking questions that darkness never bothered to explain. I watched the ones I loved become a story, a name carved soft into a stone. And I became the kind of man who wanders, because the wandering feels less like alone. The stars above the mountain do not move. They watched us when we were still whole. And I have carried fragments long enough to know the pieces still remember home. Before the night grows long. There
stood inside that place more times than I can name. I have reached and found the cold and let it go. And the hardest thing is not the grief itself, but learning how to carry it and still know. My son will ask me someday where I've been, what roads I walked and what the North Coast showed. I'll tell him that the world is wide and heavy, and kindness is the bravest thing I know. I'll tell him that the men worth following are not the ones who never learned to fall, but the ones who rose and offered up a hand to the ones who had no strength left at all. The stars above the mountain do not move. They will be there when we are long returned, and everything we loved and lost and carried was never truly lost, only adjourned. Come home, the wind is saying, come home before the dark. Come home, the fire is fading. Come home to where you are. The mountain will be standing when all the roads are gone. Come home, come home, come home before the night grows long. Come home, the snow is falling. Come home, the hearth is warm. Come home, the ones who love you have waited out the storm. Come home, come home. The road has been too long. Come home, come home, come home.
Blood on the snow. Through the mountain pass, black sky riding over shattered glass. Wolf tracks deep where the dead men lay. No fire left from the old king's reign. Iron on my back, frost in my beard. I buried brothers I once held near. Raven circle where the banners died. Now I walk with vengeance at my side. Oh, the North remembers names. Oh, written deep in flame. Blood on the snow, fire in my soul. No king above me, no grave below. Blood on the snow, hear the raven call. If I die tonight, I die standing tall. Campfire. fire burn beneath the storm. Ghosts still whisper through the pines at dawn. An oath once sworn by axe and hand, now broken bones across the frozen land. I hear the wolves when the night grows thin. I feel my brothers riding in the wind. Forgotten crowns buried under ice, but vengeance always has its price. Oh, the North remembers names. Oh, written deep in flame. Blood on the snow, fire in my soul. No king above me, no grave below. Blood on the snow, hear the raven call. If I die tonight, I die standing tall. Storm above me, steel beside me. The old gods watch through hollow skies. One last rider, one last war cry, till Valhalla opens wide. The battle call. If I fall tonight, I will never crawl. Ravens fly through the northern sky, and the outlaw rides alone.